How do you make your movie memorable even after a very long period of time of producing? Because we have memorable movies that everybody will talk about, and depending on the age and time that you started watching movies and understanding movies, of course, yeah, because there are people who watch, watu watch kitu kama Home Alone, Titanic, Avatar, some movies hizi Mission Impossible, Superman, hizi Captain America and stuff like that. Like kuna hizo movies then you may watch and you can be able to remember and connect with them and just easily find a way of just remembering that, and even with the titles and the characters and stuff like that. So kuna zile za Africa zenye tunakumbuka, of course tuna tu ile tu like Nairobi Half-Life. In Kenya, Nairobi Half-Life, everybody else will mention, oh, Nairobi Half-Life, oh, there's a series called Selena, oh, there's a series called Neema, oh, there's a series called Maria, there's a series called Kina. Like, how do we make your series memorable? And there are other series that have been produced, yet people don't remember them because they're very ningumu sana kuzikumbuka because of how they were packaged, okay? So of course I've made movies and I don't think people will be able to remember, but people normally call me to remind me like, hey, this is that movie you did and it was like, kuna venye ule dem alikuwa amefanya nini akakimbia kwa nyumba. So they don't remember the title, but they remember maybe the actions that were in the movie. So at this moment I want to share with you something that I had somebody asked in a forum, and this person asked this I'm paraphrasing because this is not exactly how he was asking. So he asked like, how can I make my movie memorable even in the years to come or many years to come after the lifetime of that movie has elapsed? People are still remembering the movie. Yeah, so that's a question that this gentleman asked, and I gave him my answers, but of course, after giving him answers, I felt like this is something interesting. I should also just come and cover it in this class, in this lesson, so that even wewe pia upate idea, how do you make your film memorable? Yes, you are a writer, either you're doing for a series, a TV series, a web series, a documentary, or you're even doing it for maybe just something like a streaming show or something. Okay, so how do you make them memorable? Number one is you're going to use emotional resonance. Make sure your story is very compelling enough and or has that bit of emotion that people are able to connect with it, and it brings you to feel, either you're feeling angry, you're feeling love or romance, you're feeling happy, you're feeling, there's like a feeling that you're getting while you, after watching this movie, after the credits have rolled, there's something that is stuck in your mind and you'll be like, wow, like I didn't expect this to end like this. I didn't expect this. Either you are angry, you're sad, you're very sorrowful, you're very empathetic, whichever kind of a feeling, whichever kind of an emotion, it has to work. Okay, so emotion, the way you're communicating or planning or writing the emotions in that script really matters. So make sure you take note of that. Number two, so for an example of a movie that maybe recent movies or recent series that I've watched that have had that kind of thing, we had some bit of anger in mixture of sympathy and sadness in this movie called Straw. So myself, of course, I watched the movie and I was like, wow, the performance and how the characters were executing their roles. Yeah, we hated the boss, of course, for trying to fire the lady, and also we felt for the lady for being denied the chance to just withdraw her check. And then we also had when the twist came, then that was big, like knowing that the daughter had already died, and they was like, sorry for the spoilers, but guys, yeah. So that thing left people with a lot of emotions, and it communicated a lot of things when it came to issues to do with single parents raising the child by themselves. And of course people will question, where was the dad, where was everything? But guys, the way the story was told, it was told to achieve a certain emotion or to communicate at a certain emotion. So please go watch it, enjoy it, don't question a lot. if it makes you feel something, it has achieved what it intends. Okay? Number 2, use of iconic characters or character arcs, like use of iconic characters. So you might decide to start your movie with, or maybe you do a series or a movie with iconic characters. For example, we all remember, from our childhood, we remember Batman, we remember Spider-Man, we remember Superman, we remember Captain America. There is now this Thanos. We remember a lot of people. We remember Chuck Norris and Jackie Chan. So these are people who will make your movie memorable, because when they star in your movie, or when you write scripts with such kind of characters, you're able to remember because of their performances and their roles that they were playing in that movie. So of course, I've given examples. Of course, there's Spider-Man movies, there's Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, and many movies that are using iconic characters to push the narrative. Or there are these people now, if you don't watch these movies zenye ziko na hao characters wenye ni special wako developed na the studio or maybe the production or the script writers, we have actors who perform in certain movies, and their role, they make the movies memorable because of the roles they play. Because of course, the people who love Denzel Washington, whether he stars in a shitty movie or maybe a good movie, they will just stick there to watch. So make your characters memorable. Even in Kenya here, tunajua maybe ukiweka movie, kuna mtu kama Pascal Tokodi, unajua tu huyu atapiga romance, ukiweka mtu kama Njugush apige pale hivyo comedy. So of course, kama hata hiyo movie si kali ile, but we'll still remember it because of a certain character who performed in that movie. So use of iconic characters or iconic actors will make your story memorable. Of course, I'm trying to look for something we remember, like for example, Papa Shirandula, oh my God, rest his soul. We remember Papa Shirandula because of the show. He was just the Papa Shirandula. We remember Inspector Mwala because of his Inspector Mwala. Yeah, those are iconic characters in a movie that they make it, or in a series that they make it very memorable. The other thing that will make your movie memorable is quotable dialogues and themes. Of course, you can't remember every line that was said, but with your favorite actors or with the favorite performances by actors in a movie, they will make your project or your movie memorable by speaking certain lines, or maybe bringing out some emphasis. And I can remember a line by Horace in this series called Beauty in Black, where he was telling the lady that you're fearing demons, yet you are looking at the devil. Okay, paraphrase mine. I can't remember exactly what he said, but the line was close to that. So let me see if I look for it. Okay, anyway. Now, the line he said, it was like, wow. So you're fearing the devil, yet you're here looking at you're fearing demons, yet you're here looking at the devil. And then I'm like, then there was this other line, like the other guy was making, he was the brother to Horace, he was making the line of, they killed my wife. And then the other lady, the lady was making the line of, oh, they took my sister. I'll do anything for my sister. So the lines were very memorable because they kept coming. And I know it's a tactic that Taylor Perry was trying to use so that he could make us understand what is the reason, what is the premise of these people doing this. He was just trying to emphasize it in our heads, to remember that this person is behaving like this because of this. Okay? Because even the man, the way he was behaving because of the wife, when the wife was killed, it kept coming like, this is revenge for my wife. This is revenge for my wife. The lady, this is revenge for my sister. This is revenge for my sister. Yeah, so it played out so well, and we were able to remember such kind of lines. Then, another thing that will make your movie memorable is the unique visuals and auditory style. So we're talking about the look, how the look of the film in a car, the feel, and in terms of colors, in terms of props, ukiangalia mtu kama Wes Anderson anakuwa na certain kind of making her his images or images look very much saturated and colorful, and he likes choosing a certain dynamic of colors that will make the story memorable. And also if you look at Matrix inakuwa na ka greenish feel kingine hapo hivyo kenye you will remember the movie. If you just turn around and see them, hiyo inakaa Matrix. Yeah. So also Mad Max inakuwa na that desert look yenye you see these cars driving through the desert. And yeah, so visual unique visuals and auditory styles also make the movie memorable. Of course my space is memorable. You look at it, you see like, umse anafanyaga vitu kwa ofisi, anakuwaga ameweka karangi kakala fulani, karangi mataa za rangi huku nyuma. So kingine nikienda in a different place utakuwa like, kwa nini leo uja kwa ofisi? So because nimekuzoesha, or maybe nimeweka hii, this is my style of doing or presenting my shows. So last but not least is rewatchability and cultural impact. So there are those movies that leave us with a bit of cultural impact, like appreciating some certain cultures, appreciating some certain behaviors of people, and such kind of movies zimekuwa na something inatusaidia kudiscover something new, especially in form of cultures. I will rewatch RRR. These Indian movies normally have very interesting stories to follow. Sometimes you might miss out the point, but when you rewatch it again, you find something new. I rewatch RRR, I can rewatch Three Idiots, I can rewatch Bahubali, and still discover something exciting in it. I can rewatch Nairobi Half-Life because it communicated so well put, a Kenyan story that was putting the story of connecting somebody coming from the ghetto, not coming from the ghetto, coming from Ushago, from the village to the city. So yeah, it brought out some bit of very nice and strong cultural representation and such kind of ideas. So in conclusion, no, those are the things you can either apply all of them, or you can apply some of them into your story so that you can make your movie memorable and let people will be able to remember even after it has been released long time or many years later. And so in summary is emotional resonance. Number 2, iconic characters. Number 3, unique visuals. Number 4, quotable dialogues. Number 5, rewatchability and cultural impact. And I've given examples. So some of these movies I've listed in examples. If you haven't watched them, go look for them, watch them, and enjoy. Fine. Fantastic. So guys, thank you so much. Very soon I'm bringing up an announcement of something that is coming up. So stay tuned, stay put, and keep following so that you know what I'm working on. And until next time, cheers.